Okay, so ladies, how good it is to see the both of you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, okay, first of all, tell me about the theme for the gala and everything, because I've been reading it every night in the news and I was like, who came up with that amazing theme? Whoever the marketing
Oh,
person is, give them a raise and
thank
everything, because
you.
that's beautiful.
She's wonderful. So she actually moved off island recently, so we're gonna miss her. But yeah, it really is bringing in our 10-year anniversary. So it's 10 years, one ocean, our islands, our future. And really, it's to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, but it's bringing us all together. And throughout this whole region, Micronesia, we have these beautiful islands, all these diverse cultures is coming together and just having a fantastic night celebrating the ocean.
Okay, now, Sam, I'd like your perspective on this too, because, of course, um, for those of us that grow up on Guam from a very young age, we're taught to see the ocean almost as a feminine creature, like almost as our mother, and to respect it and to never think that we're any better than it, because it can quickly, take away,
Exactly.
if you're out on the water and everything like that. But very often, because we're around it like all the time, sometimes we also take it for granted.
Absolutely. How many times do we drive by the beach every day? And when's the last time we actually swam in it, So we have to intentionally pay attention to it. As a child growing up in Guam, the ocean for me was a respite, but it was also a place where my family literally went crabbing and fishing. And so it provided for the family both, to nurture us, but also to, provide the family time, to just relax and get away. But it's very special to me. As a young girl, I think as early as 3 or 4 years old at Ipa Beach, boom, I was in the water, which is very unusual for some kids or maybe a little girl. But I loved the ocean from the very beginning. And so with MCC, it was a natural fit for me to step up and support them as being a board member.
Now, Julie, unfortunately, there are things that as citizens of the world are beyond our control, various environmental, climate change, that whole thing and everything like that. What is so important at this gala? I mean, we want to get together, we want to celebrate, we want to fellowship, we want to have fun, but we also want to get the message across.
Yeah, so the night really we showcase a lot of our projects that we do, our marine island ecology course that we do in YAP. Of course, our students, our marine team, but we also have a terrestrial team now. And there's students who, and now some of them aren't students. They already have their masters, they're getting their masters. And that's what I envisioned when I started MCC. It was when I was at the Marine Lab and getting my master's, I wondered where a lot of our local students were. There weren't that many. And I was like, well, why is this? Because when I talk to all the students at campus, they love the marine environment. They talk about me being a marine biologist. And then I realized that maybe they need a direction, a way of like, yeah, we can step in and we can get you certified in scuba. Doing those things, building your tool belt to become scientists and build a career within it. So
okay, now we are a little bit spoiled, and the three of us know this, without any doubt, because the ocean is so readily accessible and Guam is like so small. Like drive 5 miles anywhere, you're going to hit the beach at some point, right? The ocean, our connection with nature in that regard, with marine biology, isn't something you can just read in a book or see like on an iPad and everything. This is something you have to experience truly, like you have to get within it, literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a great, obviously, and I feel it's healing as well. It has a power of healing. You were talking about it being kind of a feminine and in culture, and you think of all the storyboards, and a lot of those are showing that throughout Micronesia. Whether it's in Ponape or in the storyboards in Palau, you see like that mother tree giving breadfruit down to the water. And so the night, we not only celebrate and showcase kind of what we're doing, and almost in a way, we kind of devote ourselves to what we're going to be doing the next year. But we also showcase all the things that people are doing here on Guam and throughout the region. So we give out Tide Changer Awards, and that's really important, is that you get to see what people are actually doing. And it really is such a fun part of the evening to see how amazing people are and what they're doing to make a difference.
Okay, we're going to talk about partying in just a moment, but Sam, you're a devoted public servant, and you've served our community in various capacities, public sector, private sector. How difficult is it and still fulfilling to administer like an organization like MCC? Because it's not easy. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of calls, a lot of logistics.
Right. Well, I think one of the biggest resources we have in the organization are the volunteers, and we all are volunteers for the most part. And but I think what's also beautiful about it is that because we are part of the community, I think we attract a lot of let's say students or a lot of people like yourself who's interested in what we're doing. I'm always amazed at every year how the MCC Gala event gets larger and larger, and it shows me as a community partner how it is valuable to our community. Not only the locals, but our visitors also in Guam, and also our the various personnel that are coming on island to build, let's say, on the military side. This has become a new playground for them, and it's important that we work together to help them understand that they too have a responsibility in protecting, this beautiful blue ocean that we have around us.
I always think it's absolutely amazing if there's like a fishing charter, a tour group, or something like that sets up like primarily like around the ocean. The first thing they always ask is, what impact is my business plan going to have on the environment, and what do I do to be respectful of the environment? I think that kind of stewardship is amazing.
Yeah, no, and you see that. I mean, it's embedded in the culture. There's such a respect for the ocean. You respect it not only for its beauty, but then you have storms, and it can also be, unsafe if you don't know how to navigate it and go into the waters. We've had so much of the high, trade winds and big waves, and to take those high surf advisories, really, that it's important not to go in when you have those going on. We've had, lots of drownings, unfortunately, that occur, and I think I think this next month they're actually going to be showcasing kind of like a no drowning month, which I think is great and what we needed.
Absolutely. Okay, so Julie, in the 10 years, in the decade that the coalition has been around and everything like that, what would you see as kind of like the visionary for this project? Where has the organization come, and what work remains?
Wow, that's a big. I think there's so much to remain.
We got at least another
we
10
could
years.
do it, yeah.
At least.
I mean, my goal, I plan to turn this over. I'm building it to turn it over, to build it to where it's sustainable. I also believe that with business and that kind of thing, even myself, is to build it to where it's sustainable, the NGO itself. And so what we've done is we started with little grants. Now we have bigger grants. And now we're able to take programs from, we're starting a program in Ponape that we had started in YAP, Marine Island Ecology course. So we're taking what we're learning, and then we're like, how can we do this for this area? Or what can we do here? Our village ripple effect here in Guam is very dear to my heart. That's where we go with our mayors. We go to the mayor, we ask them, what exactly do you want? What are your hardships? What are you needing help with? What can we do to help? And we concentrate in those schools. So it's kind of like a little bit of at a time, but then in 10 or 15 more years, most people will know us and trust us and know that we're just really wanting to try and help.
Yep. Brand recognition. Okay, so now let's talk about celebration, because 10 years is a milestone. What are we doing to have this wonderful gala? Tell me about food, tell me about music, and most importantly, tell me where I can get tickets.
Well, Eventbrite. You can go to Eventbrite.
Excellent.
You can just get your tickets there. It's on March 15th. It's at the Hyatt Regency. It's from 6 to...
Right near the ocean?
Yes, yes. And they're always so great. The cooks there, they try and do a sustainable dinner, so they try and use local, vegetables and those kind of things. And so we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna do the Tide Changer Awards. We have people who are getting awards that are from Ponape. We have people that are getting awards from Guam. And then we have all of our sponsors, like the Future Smiles Orthodontics. You have ECC, you have Phoenix Jets. So all these sponsors are actually putting in their nominations for Tide Changers as well. And then our board meets, and then they decide who gets those awards.
Very nice.
Yes, exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, what is, in the grand scheme of things, again, from a macro level, what does the coalition mean to Guam's overall, like those people that start, nonprofit organizations, special interest groups and everything like that to try and, like make Guam as good as it could be? Because I thought Julie captured it very, very well. She's turning this over not in an investment sense, like I'm going to flip a house or I'm going to build up a company ultimately to sell it and then so I can profit and everything, but truly leave this for the next generation.
Right. She has, through the development of MCC, created an investment in our community in the future generation of scientists. Like she said, when she was a student, she was looking for where were the local students in the science, because we have to sustain the organization. We're not going to be here forever. So I think the beauty of all this, and you will see it when you go to the gala, that you'll see these young men and women who probably would not have been interested in the field if it wasn't for MCC providing them those kind of opportunities to see the value of investing, learning, and then seeing what kind of careers are really out there. And one thing I'm learning, and as you may know, workforce development is such a dear thing to my heart, is I want to chat more with Julie and understand where are the gaps really in the field in this area, and how can we let our younger students, our students in middle school, high school, college, understand that these are potential job opportunities, career pathways that they can take using their science courses and so forth. So for me, it's about sustainability with our human resources on Guam, because as I'm getting up there. One day, this new generation has to continue being the stewards of our islands. So
then you can hopefully in your twilight years, the both of you, just sit back and enjoy the ocean.
Yes, we'll look back and say, "Hey, we helped do that." But yeah, so I hope you attend and you can see all these bright young minds and their passion. And I know that we'll have what I love are also the video clips that shows all their activities, all their experiences, and their stories that they share and how it's impacted their lives and of course their community.